Hey, it's Danielle. I have been working with Black Friday related content all day today. It's Monday here when I'm recording this. And it prompted a couple of ideas and thoughts about Black Friday and your work as a virtual assistant or as a digital marketing support person on a team, on a remote team perhaps, or if you're stepping into that work and getting skilled up at the moment. So I'll share those thoughts with you. And this is kind of like in preparation for the upcoming, social media messages, emails, promotions, offers that you're going to be seeing, or perhaps you already are seeing. I've already been seeing some early Black Friday offers and so forth in your inbox, in your social media feeds. So when you're working online, Black Friday and the sales over the Black Friday weekend, of course, we've got Thanksgiving coming up and the Thanksgiving celebrations, but looking at this from the perspective of digital marketing support, the Friday, the Black Friday, and then continuing on through the weekend to the Monday, which is referred to as Cyber Monday in the digital space, and as it relates to online business and sales and offers and promotions and so forth. For many businesses, a large part of their revenue is generated over that weekend. It can be very, very significant. Now, for smaller business owners that are just kicking off, perhaps that isn't a big deal, but for larger businesses operating online, and in particular, those that are selling physical products, referred to as e-commerce businesses, it's a really, really big deal. And you might know it from, your personal experience that you look out for a bargain or a discount or a special offer or what have you. But then as you're putting your VA hat on or your remote team member hat on, you're starting to look at this from the business owner's perspective, your client or your potential future clients. And I guess that's probably the big thing. So knowing that this is a massive deal for businesses in terms of revenue generation, and what that then translates to is a fantastic opportunity for you to step in and delegate work to yourself and be proactive about the things that you offer businesses. So if you are already up and running with your client work, then that is, stepping in to be proactive this year or getting ready to do it next year or what have you. But if you're not started yet and you're watching this, then looking at this in terms of how can I develop my awareness of this this period of time in the year and how that relates to how businesses run online, and have that context and that awareness to be able to work with businesses with more confidence, whether it's a Black Friday sale or a New Year's sale or any other type of special promotion that they are putting out there into, offering their audience or people that don't even know or are familiar with that brand yet. Cool. So this is what I wanted to share with you. So first thing, social media graphics, right? So what we're looking to do here is kind of go, okay, if I don't have any experience with running a sale, running a Black Friday sale, or working online at all, what pieces of content, what things can I start to collect and build up an ideas bank that I can work with? And I can work with that even if I am not putting myself forward as a marketer or an expert, but I'm just putting myself out there as someone who is a supporter and implementer and works with the content. So the first thing that comes to mind there for me is really focusing on the social media graphics. So as Black Friday comes up and you see the offers in your Instagram feed, in your Facebook feed, and you see, hey, Black Friday 50% off, or Black Friday special offer, or Cyber Monday, what have you, what you can actually do is when things jump out at you, I'll just double check I'm recording, might be a bit rusty at this. Yes, I am. When things jump out at you in your feed, go, oh, that's cool. Or you don't even have to actually necessarily personally like it, that offer or that design or that messaging, but it's something different that you may not have thought of. Oh, okay, I didn't realize that some people do a Black Friday sale like that, or some people offer this. Oh, that color combination is fantastic. Oh, wow, I like how they used a photo in the background here, right? So it can be either things that you personally like and you're attracted to, which of course a lot of the time it's going to be, because that's going to be what's kind of jumping out at you. But also I collect things into my idea files that I wouldn't necessarily relate to from a consumer perspective, but it's something different that I hadn't thought of before, that potentially one of my existing clients or future clients may need support with, or I might need to have that idea in my head. So what you can actually do is when you see these graphics, or they can be GIFs or videos, right? So graphics, GIFs or videos, any post on any social media platform, but Facebook and Instagram are the two big ones that come to mind for doing this collection and building up this ideas bank. In your Instagram feed, you can actually save that post. I'm doing the thumb action here, and add it to a collection. Add it to a new collection. So a collection is just like a group of saved posts. If you're not already familiar with that, just to kind of get back to basics on that. But call it Black Friday ideas or something similar. Now, the reason you want to do that rather than just, have a general collection is because you're much more likely to be able to reference that at the time when you need it in your client work, whether that's this year or subsequent years, right? And you can actually do the same thing in your Facebook feed. So whether that's on desktop or whether that's on the mobile app on your phone, you can actually save that post by clicking the three dots in the top right of the post, save it, and then Facebook prompts you to add that to a collection. Same again, add it to a unique new collection if you don't already have one called Black Friday Ideas or Black Friday Graphics, whatever you want to label it, but specifically put Black Friday in the naming there so that when you're scanning all of the locations where you've saved ideas of pieces of content to leverage when you're jumping into Canva to create something, or you're researching to find a template on creativemarket.com. Don't worry if you're not familiar with those. I'm just throwing the ideas out there that you have in mind. Oh, that's right, I had some Black Friday ideas saved, right? Cool, so that's one. The second one is emails coming in. So if you've subscribed to businesses' email newsletters, then I can guarantee that you'll be receiving at least one Black Friday offer if you haven't already at the time you see this video. And what you can do there is actually save in, if you're using Gmail, add a label to those emails. You don't have to do every single one, but just like I said, things that jump out at you or things that are taking a slightly different approach in the messaging or the wording or what's been offered or what have you, or the way that they've laid it out or styled the body of the email, or whether they've used images or not. Any things that are jumping out at you as ideas there, save those with a Gmail label, Black Friday Ideas or Black Friday Emails, whichever makes the most sense. Once again, so that you can refer back to those and you've collected that those specific examples. And read through them, click through to the links. What is on offer? So this is the next thing. So social media graphics, collecting emails, building up this ideas bank. If you're already working with clients, it may be that you're leveraging those now. And yes, their business owners will still be preparing Black Friday offers right now, even though we're 4 or 5 days prior to that. Happens all the time. Businesses of all sizes. And so what you're doing there is you're clicking through what is the page that they're linking to. Excuse me. Is it a special landing page that was specifically created for Black Friday? Is it what's referred to as a collection page on a e-commerce store where there's a certain collection of products or a category of products that have been put on sale? Or is it the whole website and they're linking to the homepage of a website and everything on that website is for sale? Or is it a digital product business and they just have 2 core digital products that they offer at 2 different price points, and one of them is on sale and the other one isn't? So what you're looking at there is the offer, right? So don't necessarily need to know that jargon or what have you, but just from a marketing perspective, what is the offer? What is the offer for Black Friday? And doing that not from the perspective of like, okay, well now I've got to advise my client, well this business did this, so why don't we do this and model a similar offer. No, as a support person, as a newbie, as an implementer, even if you're experienced, you don't necessarily need to be looking at it from that perspective of providing advice and marketing strategy to your client, but just knowing what the options are, knowing what you could suggest proactively on a team meeting that's happening remotely on Zoom, right? So a Zoom is a tool for remote teams to meet up, and there's plenty of others as well. But where you're able to, as a virtual assistant or as a support person or a team member, say, oh, hey, we do have that landing page that was used before, or how about I create something like this, and you just share the ideas and someone who has more experience on the team, or the client themselves, or an external marketing consultant, they can take the lead with the responsibility for how that is then implemented within an overall marketing strategy to get the results that business is after. But you're the one just being aware of what the options are, what your client or the business, the team you're working with has to work with, and therefore what you could put your hand up to work with the content to get things set up and support and back up those people that are taking responsibility for the results and the revenue and actually running the sale. Cool. And then the other thing, so that's looking at what is on offer, right? And then the other thing is the duration. So a really cool thing is that the longer you work online, the easier it is to see, or the more clear it becomes that there's no one right way to do things. And that is kind of takes a weight off your shoulder, especially as a support person when you're thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to learn this one right way, whether it's, marketing strategy or whether it's implementing in terms of like how a design gets made, how an email gets laid out, how a landing page gets built. There's no one right way. There are principles for sure, but there's no one right way. And that's the same thing when it comes to the duration of a Black Friday sale. So when you're watching this video, you might already be seeing in your social media feed that people are saying early Black Friday offer, right? Many businesses kind of get in ahead of time before everything really ramps up, and they're putting their Black Friday offer out there before Black Friday, right? Some people, they will run their sale from the morning of Black Friday through to the end of Cyber Monday, right? Over a 4-day long weekend period. Some people even send emails right on Thanksgiving, right, and will reference Thanksgiving. Some people think that's inappropriate, some don't. You'll see the differences with businesses and so forth. And then some people, they don't do Black Friday, but they just do Cyber Monday. It might be a software, it might be a digital type of product where it's not a physical product. Sometimes the focus is just on Cyber Monday. And kind of getting a feel for what businesses do. Again, that's just giving you that context in terms of how you can proactively offer to support businesses that you're working with. Cool, so collecting that ideas bank though in different locations, so social media graphics, emails, and there's other things too, but social media graphics, emails, what is being offered, not only what is being offered, but what discount, what percentage off. Is it 50%? One of the common ones, or is it higher or lower, what have you? And for what product types? Is it physical, digital, services, an event? What is it? And then looking at what the sale duration is. Now, a fifth point here is what you can actually do if you are already up and running as a virtual assistant or as a supporter. Remember that you have access to all of the archives, or you likely have access, or if not, you should be able to ask for it or ask for login details as needed, to all the back end of your client systems which house the archives of their previously published or sent content. So sent in relation to previous email broadcasts. And you can use the search functions in those systems. For example, you can log into MailChimp and you can type in the word black to search on Black Friday, or you could type in the word sale, potentially. So depending on how the campaigns have been labeled in there, something might come up. Something's likely to come up if they've been operating for a while. Or otherwise, you can Google Black Friday date and the year prior, and Google will just feed you up what the Black Friday date was, or what the Thanksgiving date was, or what the Cyber Monday date was last year and the year before. And you can actually then go back to that time period and look at what was sent around that time. Maybe it wasn't labeled in a way that you can search for it, but you can log into emails, open up emails that were previously sent at that time and look, was there a special offer in the footer? Was there a special graphic? What was it if you can't find it on search? Same with social media, right? So this is something that I've done quite a lot over the last week, is looking at what businesses have done with their Black Friday promotions in the past, and looking first of all at what the creative and the copy and the messaging was there and what the offer was, but then also looking at the results and how things performed in previous years, right? From a supporter perspective, you can drop that results part out. It's not on you to know, oh, like, how do I need to make it work? It's just that proactive offer, and it's on your side to kind of say, hey, I could help you with replicating this. This just needs to be edited because, we need to change these colors, or now it's 30% off instead of 50% off, or what have you. And you go and find the original. Where is the original? Is there an original in Canva? Is there an original Photoshop template for a graphic? Is there a MailChimp or a ConvertKit or a Klaviyo broadcast that was previously sent that you can then duplicate and edit? Or can you just pull certain snippets out that can be reused, but then brief someone else on the team that is needing to write or design or get some details ready for what you'll need to then lay out a new version of that email or that piece of content? I think I might have skipped over something, so forgive me if I've skipped an idea there. I'll watch this back and see if I missed anything, and I'll add a note if needed. But yeah, so that's it. Looking in the archives on any type of content, whether it might be even in their landing pages, right? So if they're using lead pages or ClickFunnels, again, use the search feature. Just use the word black so you don't have to worry about getting the spacing right or what have you, or use the word sale and see if any landing pages have specifically been created in the past for that, or in the back end in WordPress if they're using a landing page builder that's integrated right into their WordPress website. Cool, so I'll leave it at that. Hopefully that helps, and if you're already working with clients and you're in the thick of it with Black Friday prep and content editing and proofreading, I'm excited for you, and just being aware that if you're not already up and running, this is a massive time of year to really kind of show business owners that you've got their back, and be able to proactively step into offering that support, regardless of whether you have marketing experience, but just using your skill and your eye for detail and your care factor and your enthusiasm to help get the pieces together that the experienced people need to put everything into action for the sale. All right, ciao for now, guys.